All right. 3, 2, 1, and oh god, I did it again. Okay, go to 6. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
at 7.
Okay, I'm the worst, dude. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. I'm just too excited.
And?
Did I say and again?
No, like the first.
The first time.
Just
Okay.
Like, why?
I don't know. I'm so focused on the games. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm not going to get any better, though. So lower your expectations. Yeah. We were just getting so pumped up about this series. We're in Group B, where MBL needs some wins coming in here at 3-3, and Yo's at the top, Dave. But we haven't, apparently, according to the stats we just looked at, actually seen these guys play each other in S-tier events that frequently over the last few years. So Yo's in the red playing as the Malians. MBL's in the blue. And what do you expect from these two, man?
Well, when MBL played against Dark, I believe he was Japanese. He went for forward dock plus men-at-arms.
Yeah.
And skirmisher follow-up. Forward dock, men-at-arms, skirmishers. No archers. Just skirm follow-up.
Yeah, it's MBL thing. He also he made a lot of skirms.
Yeah, we'll see if he decides to do the same type of strategy against Yo. I think Japanese are just ever so slightly better than Malians here. But it's close. It's really, really close on cross.
Yeah. And Malians were picked a lot last year on a map like this. We haven't seen him as much. I think Yo opting to maybe ban some of the better civilizations for this, or maybe MBL did, which is why you ended up with Malians. But, you know, on one hand, you have Japanese with the wood savings because of cheap lumber camps, mills, mining camps. Malians save 15% on every building they build. So I think maybe come Castle Age, Malians feel a bit smoother because of that. But Japanese have the man-at-arms. Japanese have the stronger fish. So
we look at the tech trees too. Like, really the only thing that Japanese are missing is, like, camel.
Yeah. Yeah, both civs. Like, I think Malians are a bit better switching into stables. In fact, they're just way better. They have camels and good knights. But then Japanese have better infantry, and then Japanese
and they
have better
full monk
archers.
tech tree.
Yeah,
just like Malians. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's a wash basically. Late game though, Malians may be favored. They have a bit stronger late game push potentially, especially with the Farimba light cav or Farimba camels or cavalier or whatever could be good. But we'll have to get there first as Yo now docks the pond to the north, and MBL is going to dock the pond to the east. Yo has not walled in his villager. Could be concerning here. Oh,
great timing, Dave. Great timing on that comment. And MBL, yeah, scouting really early, but you had mentioned before that he tried to dock Dark's pond. And I think his scouting at this time, combined with the map layout, this is just an early invitation for MBL to send a Vill there. It's a pretty straight shot if he just wants to send a Vill.
I don't know why he got Loom so early. I don't know if he was housed or something. But he has it already. Yeah. And that's probably why he hasn't walled in his villager near the dock. Or it's just MBL being MBL. And he doesn't care.
It is interesting, because Yo might not assume that you're going to have Loom. And he might attack the villager. But yeah, most likely it was just PopCapped or something and made a mistake. I feel as though if MBL can make this chaotic, he's normally in a good spot. But I guess the flip side of things is like Yo is the master of chaos himself. And Yo really thrives in those types of moments. So maybe, I don't know, like if one player were to try and play standard here, maybe it would be MBL. But you don't normally associate MBL with playing standard at all. So tricky.
And I think if we were to ask him, he wouldn't know, because I don't think MBL knows what he's going to do until he's halfway through the game.
Yeah, he adapts really well. As does Yo. I think Yo typically goes in with a bit more planning involved. But MBL is probably like one of the best guys mid-Castle Age onwards. It's just, can he find the early control over a game? That is questionable.
Okay,
sometimes.
so he's sending a villager to the pond on the left. He knows the dock is on the right from Yo. So MBL is going to the left pond, and I hope he opens with like a fire or a galley or something over there when he gets that dock up. Should be up no problem. Also going for a big wall around the gold, which is interesting. And then he was thinking about walling to the water, but he's going to wall off the water now?
He doesn't see the wood line.
Yo can't sneak a villager?
If he sees that wood line, he would wall
Yeah,
to the
he-
wood line, but he doesn't see it. He misses it by
He's
one
gonna
tile.
find it probably. He'll find it. He brought the scout back there for a reason, right?
Well, he did just walk past it, which makes me think he's just going to check the edge of the map now. That's a lot of
Yeah.
walling, dude.
It's MBL. He's fine.
Yeah.
He'll be fine with that. He'll be fine with that. He's perfectly content with doing that. He'll see the scout over by his own dock, and there we go. Villager arrives at the dock to the left side of the map. Hopefully MBL doesn't just gather the fish and then head all the way back before realizing his villager
Yeah.
isn't building a dock.
I mean, he's going to need
Seen that one
wood.
before.
He's walling a lot, so...
And look at what Yo's doing. He's coming forward with a drush. Oh boy.
Yeah, Yo's
It's gonna
like...
be men at arms soon.
Yo's
Oh,
like
jeez.
walls. That's interesting. And he hits Feudal,
to
so he
see
starts to
that.
attack MBL. MBL's scout is there, though, so that's good work from MBL. And here come the militia, and Yo's going to see the Vils, and MBL notices it.
He was going out there to wall anyway. That's really good timing for him. Honestly, that's fantastic timing. But there's not many villagers in the TC. Yo could have gone right underneath that, dude.
And there's... Oh, the house goes down!
No!
The house goes
No!
down! Oh, disaster for MBL and all the walling. All the walling in the world can't stop this now. Oh, this is painful.
He did kill the scout from Yo. He will lose one villager, and it will be able to wall off his other wood line, but he's losing more vills now. He finally has the dock up at the left side, and he's going to go for fishing ships.
What, MBL, please get
he's-
that palisade.
Kind of walled these in now.
Kind of. But he can't take his gold. That's the worst part about this.
He did all that walling to secure the gold, and now Yo is trapped inside.
Oh, wait. No, Yo realizes as well. Well, something else we need to look at right now is that villager on the left side for Yo. Will he encounter that dock or not? MBL just wants to fight this off. He's just sick of it. And honestly, really good start for him. He's weakened a lot of these man-at-arms. So well played from MBL.
He only loses one villager to this?
Crazy.
Classic, right?
Yeah. Well,
He has no problem with defending with vills against like a men-at-arms or archer push or anything like that. He's done it for years. Might lose another vill. Yeah, that's an unfortunate one.
yeah, good work there from Yo. MBL probably shouldn't have allowed that to happen. And Yo spotted that MBL was on the left
saw
side.
the dock. He sees the dock and he's going to engage with the villager.
Ooh, he's interesting. Now, Yo is bringing an archer already, so Yo knew that he was spotted and knew that there was a villager over there, so it's...
There's a galley coming out for MBL, though.
Oh,
that
that's
dock's
sick.
not going up, I don't think.
This map is so cool, man. Like, every game, players kind of try and do the same things, but every game is a little bit different, and MBL has just been super extreme with the walls here. Well played, though, to at least defend his fish on this side, and...
Kill the villager. Kill the villager. Yep. Gets
Got
him.
it. Dang.
Nice. Well played.
Well, the dust has settled now. MBL has... He's going 2 docks at home, so he's going to go full fish boom there. Also has the dock protected for the time being on the other side. And he just needs to brace himself from the archers that are going to be coming in from Yo. And that's going to be the difference right now, is like, especially that gold feels very vulnerable if archers get to sit near that.
He did wall a long way around, though, on that gold. And that's the reason he did, right? So he could avoid the archers. Placing another... Oh, Yo
Yo
ping. Oh,
signaled.
no, Yo X'd!
He
Why
says
X?
misclick. Yeah, MBL doesn't like that.
No. If you haven't seen that video, please go watch it, guys. Just MBL X's or whatever. I can't remember what it's called, but it is hilarious. Just not like when people ping in 1v1s.
Yo, oh, look at the move from Yo. Brought 2 vills instead of 1
Mm-hmm.
and is dodging. Oh, man, and MBL is just expecting to have this fish for free. Well, stubborn play from Yo here. He will actually get a dock up here, which means fire galleys could hit MBL's fishing ships.
And MBL just felt safe over here.
Mm-hmm.
So Yo is going to save both of these villagers. And that's just an experience move right there. MBL going for an archer range at home. He's now making a farm mill. He's going skirms. He does have quite a few fishing ships in the pond to the right, but he actually canceled that other dock that he was adding.
Okay,
So
interesting.
he's not going to full fish boom there.
Yo's going to have a head start on the left side, but they are Japanese fish, and MBL's benefited a lot from that. And also, MBL will have skirms. So MBL should be able to get a few skirms out and be able to clear up any archers towards the middle. So honestly, it's been a really competitive, really close game so far. Still could swing either way. And Yo, you cannot lose this villager on the left.
Yeah,
You got to save that thing.
He's gonna win the 1v1 fire war because of the galley.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice.
Yeah, and MBL...
And MBL should go back and try and snipe that Vil now. He's not going to. Oh, he loses the galley. That's unfortunate. That sucks. But he was busy.
Skirmishers,
Busy at home.
Skirmishers come out with fletching. Yo, realizing there's no armor there, happily takes the fight. I'm sure he won't love the idea that there's skirms out, but Yo's soon going to click up to the Castle Age, so could always just add something else in. And yeah, 2 docks on the left side versus 1. I think MBL will hold there for a bit, though. And MBL really needs a market right now. Like, things are really messy.
He has one.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay. And he's just going to sell the barn. And Castle Age times could be pretty competitive here.
Okay, so Yo is going to be fully walled. MBL is going to be fully walled. And Yo is adding a stable now. Okay, he's still got some archers left, so he can upgrade to crossbow. MBL adding a second archer range. So it's going to be crossbow knight for Yo against just elite skirm for MBL and crossbow.
And it's always interesting when players don't have scouts, which is where we're at right now. But Yo's adding one. He probably will have to use that against the skirms, but he's also sending a villager to the south, which is kind of where my brain was going. And as I say that, MVL's also sending a villager to the south, so they're going to find each other down there. And not too bad. I like the approach from both players. Also, I love how MBL recognizes he's probably just going to lose his skirms now. So just trade him off as best you can here against the archers.
That's value right there. That's value. And now Yo is like thinking, do I want to keep massing these? I guess I will. I only have one range, so it's going to take forever. The crossbow upgrade's not really going to be immediately worth it. Lost 3 archers there, so good value from MBL. He will get to Castle Age 15 seconds faster than Yo, but he is now... Well, is he losing the water on the left? Because he's got his fishing ships tanking a lot of damage.
Yeah, and that's intentional from him. It's so funny. You can do damage over your own fishing ships, but they can't do damage over yours. It's the same with buildings like docks and palisades.
And the dock in the south goes up, but it's fishing ship opening from MPL.
Oh, he might cancel those. He just lost that villager. He might cancel those fishing ships if he realizes.
Maybe not.
Okay. Well, I guess he doesn't see the dock yet.
In the north? No.
War Galley upgrade's the first thing you click if you're both players in Castle. Like, it's such a must. Decent demo for MBL on the left. Yo's clearly a bit distracted. And there is that War Galley upgrade.
He won't go Royal Galley. It's not his style.
Yeah, maybe not. He's just going to add the TCs. MBL's like, okay, you want me to add fish? Sure, I'll do it until Castle. And then it's just Arabia for me.
Running out of fish on his one pond, too, to the right. I mean, he can't go for fish traps, but that's very expensive.
Okay, well, I guess MBL has had more fishing ships throughout the game, right? So he's benefited more from them, and then Yo could catch up and benefit more in the long run. Good job from Yo, though, to have that southern dock. So even though they're Japanese fishing ships, they'll go down pretty fast. And Yo also ran away with his archers. MBL 2 TCs. He's going to go monks, I guess, with a couple crossbows, but it doesn't look like MBL's really confident that he can move out right now.
He needs more food eco. He's going to start running out really soon.
Which, I guess it's good that he's going crossbow and monk then, right? After you get your upgrades, you don't really need that much food eco. But Yo's got 2 stables. And Yo with knights and eco is just so dangerous. I think Yo's weakest point is getting pressured early Castle Age. And that's a lot of players, to be fair. But at this type of game, Yo just plays so smooth in most situations.
Still only 7 fishing ships, though, so he hasn't taken advantage fully of controlling those ponds yet. Hasn't started adding fish over there at all. Still just relying on his fish from his starting pond and his farming eco, which is about the same as MBL's farming eco right now.
Yeah, it's true. Transitional eco is easier said than done. And MBL had control for a long time. Here are the archers now from Yo. He's going to see the crossbowmen. And I don't think he realizes how many crossbowmen are here, but he's going to take the engagement. And no final armor upgrade.
Yeah, that's not a fight he wants to take.
Yeah.
No, sir.
I think that's a fight you take because you're adding fishing ships and a couple other things, maybe. I guess it wasn't the worst engagement ever, but I feel like trading 2 knights for 4 crossbows doesn't feel that strong. Oh, man. The scout, though. No way. Yo, that's crazy. Oh, that's so sick. And he even saves the scout, and now the knights are able to take a fight because the monk isn't there. That was some beautiful work from Yo, who just expected that MBL would have the monk coming, got the timing right, and is able to flee now and save the rest of his knights.
Yo's holding him in his base, and now Yo starts adding in fishing ships.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got 7 in the queue. He's really going to expend his Feudal. Drops another TC forward on the stone, so he can start thinking about a castle pretty soon. And MBL is forced to drop farms.
Yeah.
Not as good as fishing ships immediately. I mean, it takes up villager time. You'd rather be just producing from a dock, right? Only wood unit, but...
Also, I think farms with that horse color, right? Like, you definitely want it at this stage. He's been able to afford it, but can you think of it when everything's go crazy?
Mm-hmm.
But we've seen MBL with monks before. I still think that he's the best player with monks in that top 10. Maybe running now is in the top 24. Like, maybe him or Ganji or one of these guys who've been going crazy with monks could do better, but he's just so good with it.
The thing that makes MBL so unique as a way, just the way he controls units, right? The reason he's so good with monks and mangonels and stuff, he doesn't move his screen. He just like, he drag selects everything individually, but he does it so quickly and so precisely that it works somehow. Everyone else has to like hotkey, control group, all of their units. With him, drag select, click, drag select, click, drag select, click. It's very unique and it works really, really well for him.
And Yo doesn't know too much about this. He doesn't know there's siege. And so it's one thing to be surprised by a siege monk push, but it's another thing to see it when the buildings have been up for a while, there's 3 or 4 monks, and you've got TCs behind it. So Yo is he's just getting relics right now, and I think he intentionally placed that 3rd TC on stone so he can end up going for a castle. But he reacts now by adding his own siege workshop, which is probably the perfect reaction.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to be up against some crazy stuff there. But man, Yo just so cool and calm under pressure. Just saves the villagers there, finishes the siege workshop, no problem. That
Yo
hill
runs out
is
of fish at the top.
perfect.
That's the same as MBL, who's completely out of fish.
Oh,
officially.
true. Yeah, you should be fish trapping there in an ideal world, I think.
He's busy.
When
He's got a mangonel push going on. He's busy.
When he starts to check his idols, he's either going to delete them or add fish traps because it's going to get annoying if he doesn't use them.
He brought them over, so he's thinking about fish traps.
Oh, look at Yo's line of sight real quick.
Wood.
Okay, now he can see the monks, but for a while there, he couldn't see that there was 4 monks.
Oh, he almost dove in there. That would have been disastrous if he did.
Nice job picking off the reinforcements, but the monks are super
1,
close.
2, 3, 4.
1, 2,
1,
3.
2, 3. Oh my goodness.
Man.
Scout tries to come in here, but it's not going to pick off another monk again. It shouldn't, at least. And Yo's got 1 monk of his own forward. He's cutting off the pikeman reinforcements, but he just added 3 knights to MBL's army, and MBL is pushing in towards that gold, and Yo is going to need to do something here. He has almost enough stone for a castle.
You know what I want to see? I don't think we'll see it. I want to see Yo go forward. Yeah, because MBL's army is out of position to defend.
I think he might.
YOLO
honestly.
it forward.
It's Yo. He either puts it in between the farms here, or he goes forward with that castle.
Oh, and Yo doesn't get a conversion there. MBL getting some great engagements. Yo kind of falling behind. He loses his siege now as well. MBL, dude, just able to make it chaotic in the mid game.
This castle,
Please.
I've never seen anything more certain in my entire life.
Yup. Let's go. But
I love these guys.
It's so good, man. So many players won't do that. And it's the correct call here because you're struggling. You can't engage against MBL. You have to make it so it's awkward for him as well.
And you have a siege workshop in defense, right? You got the town centers to kind of defend against those knights. You're really wishing you didn't give them the knights at this point.
Yeah,
because they just killed like 5 villagers. And if MBL is distracted by your castle in his face, maybe you can get some good shots with the mangonels.
Look at MBL's vision right now.
Oh my god, dude. Oh, that's a disaster waiting to happen. Oh boy.
Oh, I love these players so much. Spot on, correct call in the heat of the moment here from Yo. He wanted it on the other side so he could mine stone there too, but I think you just had to make sure that you actually complete your castle.
Fine.
Yeah.
This one's fine. You can stretch out for that gold now to the south of it, which he's going for right now. MBL is like... MBL at some point is going to be struggling for even wood because he doesn't have that much space. He's still pushing, though.
How can MBL have so much of this army? Like pikemen, mangonels, monks. be castle dropped and still be on the way to Imp here. It's just insane. And he does kill another monk. Yo has been a little unlucky with the conversions compared to MBL, I think. But MBL, if he could just get a castle down defensively, he could always treb down that forward castle from Yo. And Yo's making Gebetto there, which is actually a really good unit, I think, if your opponent has pikemen.
Make the fish traps now. Those fish have been sitting there for a long time. He's up to Imp without the any fish, by the way.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh, nice fish traps, bro. Real great.
It's fine.
They'll work.
Yeah, nothing will beat Tim in, what was it, like Hidden Cup 3 qualifiers. He made fish traps in the middle of the lake. MBL's actually casting that with me.
Was that the go up set?
That was the go up to Imp set. Yeah, MBL was in rare
God.
form that day.
Redemption coming in for MB. Oh boy, Yo's got to be concerned about this. Yo has control over 3 pawns, and MBL is still pushing him. Yo now goes for a castle. MBL sees that. How many knights does he get? He's targeting 4. He gets another one here. Yo has a couple monks to convert the knights back that were converted.
Nice job
And
from
he
Yo
will
with
get the
Light Cab
castle.
at least. Yeah, there was good bait there from Yo. He ran forward with the knights initially, baited the monks forward, pulled the knights back, and gets rewarded for it. But he's still not up to Imp. And so he still has, a castle in the front he has to defend. But MBL, where are you going with those vills, bro? Just walking through, just passing.
Does he?
Gather point problems?
I mean, he's gonna have vills forward now.
Yeah.
He might not realize it.
I think he
until
just
they are, and
realized.
He's going to the stone. Okay, he's going to the stone now.
Also, MBL's Imp TC was the starting TC. That could have been rammed down or anything this whole time, but it wasn't. MBL will drop a castle where we could finally treb back Yo.
Oh, this micro is super tough for MBL. He does manage to get the knights and only loses 1 mangonel and a few crossbows. He got redemption, though, and Yo had snuck out and killed all those monks.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he hasn't been able to get value from that. He might get some value here.
Oh, that's a big shot from MBL. Beautiful hold from MBL because all this siege from Yo could have killed this whole force. This hasn't been upgraded yet. And like you said, there weren't many monks. What does Yo do now? Your opponent's going to treb you down. What's your game plan here? I think
MBL almost has enough stone for another castle. He's buying it. He's going to go forward with it.
Yo added a demo out of the dock he just lost in the north, by the way. I respect it.
It just died.
Yeah, I know. I respect it, though. MBL's getting Bracer just yet. You could tell just how awkward it's been for him to afford things.
This is exactly the type of game that I expected. I'm not disappointed in
This is amazing. Yeah, this is already
Yeah.
the best game of the day, right? So, like,
Yeah.
these are the 2 players you want to watch if you want some entertainment. And great defense again from MBL to hold there as he drops a castle there, which I love.
On the hill.
Oh, man, Yo's going to click up to Imp as well. So he will probably make it in this game, but he's got to do some damage, I think, to really hurt MBL's main eco because he's going to lose so much control at home. Crazy game.
He's adding a TC to the south on another gold. He's going to get kicked off his starting TC for sure, and his forward castle is going to die.
Yep.
But Gebetto's in the north maybe could make things messy. The Mangonel's in the south still making things messy. He's now going to stone over near MBL's base, so he could maybe drop another forward castle.
It's messy, all right, man. I mean, Yo just got really badly housed, but simultaneously is going to find a lot of villager kills in MBL's base. I'm thinking unit comp-wise, honestly, the Light Cap's been fine, but I think what you would want as Malians is you probably want Champion. But then again, like, MBL's going to have castles and can make Samurai. So you might be damned if you do, damned if you don't with any of your compositions now. Still more Gebetto for Yo. Has a lot of faith in this infantry unit that has a bit of range. And it's been pretty effective, but it's just a fragile
from him,
unit.
handcart from him. I think the biggest problem with Gebetto is just like the frame delay on shooting. It's
Yeah.
so annoying if you're trying to micro down.
MBL needs to take the south, right? MBL, he took out the castle, and he's correctly trying to push into Yo's economy in all these different areas. But if he could just get a couple raiding units to the south, Yo would lose so many villagers there.
I do like that castle in the middle. Now you're really splitting Mr. Yo.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, it's really, really tough for him to gather his military. He's trying to come in with the Gebetto here. The monks are still here. MBL even charging with villagers now.
All right, Yo, if he can keep this castle up, this could be huge. He's going to take 1 treb. Really tough to micro here.
He's going to get another one here, too. He's going to get another one.
Oh! Yo!
Parrot, Emby.
Wow. 6 save there from
nice. That's really, really good.
Yo. And now MBL's starting to branch out to the other areas. MBL definitely has the lead in this game, but Yo could bring it back. Yo has more resources than MBL. He's got more on food as well. But I just don't know what Yo's comp is.
Dude, at the moment, Gebetto is working in the north. He cleared up all of the mangonels, all of the monks. The crossbows left earlier, and that's why he could do that. But he killed all the trebs, too. The problem for Mr. Yo is definitely this crossbow army that is still building for MBL. And MBL picked off a bunch of villagers near that gold. Yo forced to go for a castle on the little hill south of MB's base.
Elite Gebetto, we never see this.
What?
I think he's doing it because if he goes champion, MBL just goes samurai, right? And samurai are better than champion. But the Gebetto is good against infantry, is not so good against ranged units, which MBL has a lot of. But MBL hasn't really committed a lot to that.
The problem with the Gebetto is, like, if this MBL is making some samurai, if they even get close to them, those Gebetto die in like 3 hits.
Yeah.
To samurai.
We're seeing a lot of bonuses
and
to
it's
play
towers now from MBL. Watchtowers coming in. Yo will just be content to snipe that treb. This is what? Tower, Gebetto.
This is so good. MBL's got his crossbows on the left side, though, Dave. We see Yasama. Let's go, Yasama Towers. Man, some unique stuff at use in this game, but MBL, he's still got so much more map control. If he could just take out that castle, that is where his base started. If he could take care of that, I think then it starts to look very good for him because Yo has just lost so much eco over the last few moments. I'm still not sure the Gebetto is that good of a unit here.
Yeah. Elite Gebetto is a little bit better. 6 range on them is not bad. But crossbows will kill those if they have bracer. And MBL is now in on the eco from Yo to the left. Continues to push, and the Gebettos really have no answer to the towers.
Yeah.
Like, they're so frail. They can't run in there underneath the towers and start sniping things. So that's a great play from MBL. Chemistry now on the way, and he's still got some stone to put into more towers. This is just an amazing game.
It's so cool, yeah. And like MBL, I love how he's adding ranges at home, and he's made the towers where he wants that treb to be. Because he knows the Gebetto, as they've sniped plenty of trebuchets, they're strong enough. I don't like the fact MBL doesn't have Arbalest yet. Like, that feels like a must-get when that's your best unit type right now.
Busy getting block printing, bro. Like, what are you gonna...
Yeah, true. For the monks that he's now making. I guess to convert bombard cannons, because Yo's using those.
He does have redemption, so you might as well... I mean, you haven't used it yet this game, but you might as well use it at some point.
Yeah, just surprise him, right? I mean, Yo's trying to push with Gebetto and bombard cannons in the south as well. Yo's got 19 Gebetto. He still has more on food than MBL. MBL's got a lot on wood. Yeah. But it's such a messy game. He probably just isn't able to really seed farms right now and focus on that.
I just love all the different things that these two guys do. They have so much experience in messy games, especially Yo, right? All the little things that they're doing that maybe aren't optimal in a vacuum, but in a messy game like this, tossing away an army to buy yourself a minute is sometimes just worth it.
Yeah, and the towers, right? There's a lot of players that don't make use of this, but it's a messy thing. It holds a position for you. And MBL had time to add the monks to try and convert the bombard cannons and still hold the position in the north. He's making more towers because he knows, just keep an eye on that, wait for the monks, and then maybe I'm okay. Look at Yo, though, adding stables, getting Farimba. He's going to try Farimba like Kev.
And he's kept his villager count high.
Yeah.
Eco KD is 41 to 38.
And also, Yo still has the castle in the south and is held there convincingly. He took out quite a few towers. MBL's fallen apart there, actually.
Yep.
Meanwhile, of course, MBL converted a bombard cannon on the other side because that's just how this game has gone. Wow.
Look at him slowly just... Oh, man. This reminds me of that arena game for Sato that he played with the bombard tower. Except he's got guard towers this time around.
I mean, this is just such a great game. Yo needs a way out of his corner, though. He needs a way to push back those trebs. And he's thinking the Farimba Lycav with +7 attack could do it. He's got more stone, so if he loses the castle, he can build more, but I don't think you can lose this type of position and really get away for much longer with this. Oh, man, MBL trying to fix his economy. I'm seeing some farms being added for the first time in a long time. Yo now with the repairs, and a big shot on the crossbows that were bunched up hitting the mill. Don't tell me
Did
there's
not
a way
expect
for
that,
Yo. Dude, he's just
Didn't
waiting.
I looked away. I looked away.
He's just waiting here. Don't tell me Yo could do this. This would
No,
be
I think
sick.
there's just too many areas, right? He has to push in the south. He has to push in the north. He has to push down the middle.
Well, look how many light
Arrow
cav are in the
slits now
stables, though.
coming.
Like, seriously, look how many light cav he is waiting. He's waiting and waiting and waiting.
Ooh.
He will have like 20 light cav with +7 attack.
Don't underestimate the towers. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. The crossbows found the villagers for Yo, too. So Yo's losing some of his only gold access in the middle of the map.
Oh boy, that's a big raid. That's actually huge damage there from MBL. Yo has been trying to keep his head above water for villager numbers, and he's been hovering around that like 100 mark the entire time.
I can't wait for Yo, who could lose a bomber cannon to a conversion here. Could lose 2 bomber cannons to a conversion. Yo, you've got to move out with the light cap here, man. You've got to move out.
2.
Where'd they go? Oh, they're killing all MBL's
raiding.
villagers.
They're raiding.
Okay.
But don't underestimate the castle and the towers, man. Don't underestimate them. They're doing a lot of good damage here.
Oh, man, this is an insane game. The population is even now. MBL's going to have light cav in his eco if this continues. Yo, still has castles everywhere somehow. And you've been saying these towers are strong, Dave. They're absolutely strong. But this is going to make MBL need more pikemen, I think. You have to get better eco. You have to get more pikemen on the field if you're seeing Farimba light cav.
Handcart coming from him. He's out of stone, so he can't really rely on the towers anymore. And he's been trying to take out one Farimba light cav on his stone with villagers. Eventually got it.
Look at this from Yo, though. He takes out the Trebs from MBL. MBL can't push anymore in that middle area. Just ridiculous. If Yo could get stables down towards the south and raid MBL's main eco, MBL doesn't really have much defense there. How has Yo been able to do this?
It's crazy, dude. I think it's because MBL just tried to focus on too many things at once, right? The craziness is good, but at some point it goes too far. Maybe if he just had a big ball of Arbalists, he could have pushed with the Trebs. And there's the Arbalist tech finally.
Yeah, finally. He's got 22 still. There's some gold available, but there's not a lot of gold available. And Yo's still trying to keep his bomber cannon alive. Yo's got 40 on food. I mean, MBL has more now, but such a great game and such a great job from Yo to expand to these corners. Mm-hmm. Remember that chaotic castle in Castle Age? If he doesn't do that, this game was over a long time ago.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Classic Yo move, though. I could feel that was coming.
Yeah, exactly. Same. We just
as
knew.
Soon as you're like, you know what he could do with the castle? It's like forward.
Yep.
Just forward. He didn't have thumb ring either. Oh, he didn't have thumb ring.
Well, he now knows. He's like, upgrade check, right? He's like, okay, I got to get these ups. And I have to somehow still hold the middle and stabilize the sides. But the side I'm concerned about is actually in the south. Because, again, he's very exposed there. This is going to end up being like that MBL versus Capwatch game at Red Bull, where MBL has all his farms in the middle pretty soon.
Maybe.
Oh, man.
That was such a good game. I forgot about that one. Oh,
yeah,
my
seriously.
God.
People were like, after a couple recent events, oh, this is the best game we've seen in the last year. It's like, dude. MBL Capwatch.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many great games. And Yo and MBL giving us a treat here. This might be one of the best games of Titans League Season 2 so far. How has Yo been able to hold control here? He's going to snipe MBL's trap again.
No. Treb stays alive. It does go down barely. Just barely goes down, but so does the bomber cannon. Yo still has 1,300 gold in the bank.
Wild.
Because he took all of that gold from MBL. All of the stuff forward. He's in the back of MBL's base with Gebettos. MBL still has 137 villagers, though. If there's one thing both these guys are good at, it's keeping vill numbers high while they're being raided. Especially MBL. He will just keep queuing forever.
Yo also has 3 relics. So that's nice, and he could maybe get more gold in the north. We should also mention, since we've been talking about a lot of unique bonuses, that Malians have a gold-lasting longer bonus, which doesn't normally feel strong until you get into games like these. Oh, God. Yo, don't lose your bomber cannon. Oh, my
and
God.
a Gebetto.
Well, that was a little sloppy there from Yo, as finally he's going to add stables in that area. We've been calling for that for a while.
He's going to lose the Treb to Pikemen in the north.
Repair! He notices it.
Oh,
Great save. Great save.
Great save.
This is unbelievable, man. How can you lose half of your base and still be okay? And that's like kind of for both players. Both players have lost significant portions of their economies this game.
And they're both at 170 plus population.
Yeah, and the KD's 260 to 260. I mean, it's so close. But honestly, now, I think if you wanted to, you could actually consider the champion play. Because there's going to be fewer castles for MBL, and Samurai might not be as realistic. Maybe after you take out a few more castles, you consider that. Oh, MBL, your Treb. Your Treb. Yo's taking the monks. And he's going to take the Treb as well.
Oh, no. The Treb. No.
Rip. Oh, man. MBL also in the middle of the map.
Oh, God.
In the middle of the map, he's been found, and he's going to lose the castle in the north.
He was in the market.
Falling apart. Rip.
He was selling stuff in the market. He was trying to afford stone so he could make more towers inside his base to make his base less raidable.
Dang.
But there go the Arbalest, and there goes the Treb. He was distracted for 1 second, and that's what happens. And now Yo is pushing back.
And now it feels like Yo, I don't want to say the first time, because he's done a lot to make MBL react to him, but Yo is going to have the 3 positions now, right? MBL had those positions for so long, and now he's lost them all, and now MBL is going to be in a cycle of reactions.
Yep.
And I just don't know if you can come back now if you're MBL.
It was a comeback from Yo, but it was also kind of a comeback from MBL to put himself in that position, because remember, he did lose 3 of the pawns.
Yeah, I know. It's just a crazy game.
Yo.
Just a crazy game. As we have also seen so many crazy unique techs. I think the one thing that MBL will be kicking himself for is just the fact that he wasn't able to get Arbalest as early as he needed it. Like, I think the Arbalest upgrade with the Trebs that he has, Yo isn't able to move in as comfortably and snipe the Trebs and be as sneaky. I mean, Yo's castle, look at the very left side here. That castle, that's the same castle that had 4 trebuchets on it before. How did Yo keep that castle up? That was just insane. Masterclass victory for Yo. We should also state, in terms of the whole league format, that MBL now has lost 4 games and only won 3. So he's going to be even more desperate for more victories. But, I mean, hopefully the rest of the series is like this game, because that was just crazy.
It's exactly as advertised. That's exactly the type of game I would want to see from these two. I think MBL just got a little bit too cute with the towers and stuff. Like, we were talking about how cool it was to prevent Yo from pushing. But if he, instead of going for the towers, if he had just made another castle forward, had 4 or 5 Trebs with a ball of 30, even crossbows, they don't even need to be Arbalists at that point.
Yeah.
I think he pushes and wins.
And
right?
It's so tricky because, like, there's a world where MBL does exactly that, then doesn't secure those extra areas. And then we would sit here and say, you've got Yasama towers, man. Control that area with towers, and then control the middle with army. So it's really hard to know actually how it would have played out. I like the tower play from MBL, but he was almost so active with his army and so aggressive that he just didn't have upgrades. And he didn't have the eco that Yo did, at least in terms of the food. Yo had 10,000 more food collected. And the resource you don't want to have more of is wood at the end of the game. That doesn't necessarily matter unless you're playing like a 10-hour arena game. You want to have more gold, you want to have more stone, you want to have more food because that helps you more. But I don't know if there's anything else you have to say about that game besides it was just incredible. Such a great cross game, my word.